Okay, so I decided to do something kind of dumb, and I bought some repacks on eBay. I know repacks generally aren't a good value, and I just did it so I could have something to open for you guys on video. And I really didn't want any more cons. Well, actually, there's a few cons cards I want, but I didn't want any more Fate Reforged, and I still wanted to open some in the video. So I got these repacks. I believe they're rares and uncommons. There might be commons, but they're 10 cards each. I don't expect anything good. I just did it for fun. Let's see what we get. So it looks like they're half upside down or half turned in. So let's see here. So we got first card is an uncommon called an Ariok Edgewright, and it's a 2/2 with Metalcraft. Has double strike as long as I control 3 more artifacts for 2 white mana. That seems like it'd be fun in an Artificer type deck. And then we got Reality Strobe. This is an uncommon from I want to say Time Spiral, but I'm probably getting that wrong. No, Future Sight. That's what it is. I remember now. I return target permanent to its owner's hand. Remove Reality Stroke from the game with 3 time counters on it. So you can suspend it and continue to do it over and over again, it looks like. So that could be fun. I can see that happening in a kind of a quasi-control deck, especially maybe a commander one. Mirror Galvanizer. Other mirrors you control get +1/+1, and for 1 you can tap and untap each other mirror you control. Gee, I wonder what deck this goes into. Oh yeah, eggs. Or not eggs, is it? Yeah, it's eggs. So we can tap, untap, and sit there and get infinite mana and mill ourselves out. And there's a good loading ready run video over this. It's really kind of funny if you want to see it. Elixir Immortality. Boo. Life gain. I'm kidding. I'm not a big fan of this card, but if you can use it in the same type of sack it, gain 5 life, bring it back into play. You could use it with an egg sort of strategy. I don't mean to say boo, but I'm not a huge artificer. Merfolk Streetwalkers. I mean Street Stalkers. Sea Stalkers. I can't read today. Island Walk. It'd be funnier if it said Streetwalkers. Of course, then it wouldn't be 2 dudes on the cover, I guess. Island Walk, 2/3 for 4. Tap target creature without flying. So I think there's better cards out there. I'm slightly partial to Meringue River Prowler when it comes to that kind of stuff because it can't be blocked and it can come back. Dragon Speaker Shaman. And Dragon Spells you play cost 2 less to play. That could be very fun in a dragon build, especially in Commander. 2 red and colorless for 2/2. And we have Thicket Elemental. No black cards yet. That's disappointing. I'm a huge black player. It's my favorite color. I play Black Commander, the Commander 2014 black deck. I love all the dirtily card draw if you can ultimate Obnixilis in it. And he's a 4/4 for 5. He's got a whole bunch of text that I don't really want to read right now. Sphinx of Magosi. And we have a CMC of 6, rare from is that Rise of the Eldrazi? I did not get to play a lot during that block, so I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. Flying for 2 colorless and a blue, draw a card, then put a +1/+1 counter on Sphinx of Magosi. I could see this as being a finisher for a blue control type deck. Not in modern or standard, obviously, but you know, for a fun casual deck, I could see that as a blue control finisher. I think it would be kind of fun. Could go in a blue commander deck too, obviously. I mean, anything that lets you draw a card is just value. A Warmonger, it's a 3/3 for 4 and 2 colorless. Warmonger deals 1 damage to each creature without flying and each player. Any player may play this ability. It's kind of interesting. It's a good way to kill off 1/1s. Let me get this closer. I don't know if you guys can see real well. It would be a good way to kill off some 1/1s. And the bad thing is any person can do it, so your opponent can do it to kill you. So you'd have to make sure you keep your life up. And our last card in this pack is an Elvish Lyricist. He's a 1/1 for 1, and for 1 green and tap, we can sacrifice him to destroy a target enchantment. So it's enchantment removal. There's better enchantment removal, but for a 1 CMC, it's not a bad little card. So let's move on to our second pack. See what we get. I mean, we could pull something good, but I really don't expect to. These are just fun, and I really am a sucker for bulk rares. I just love random weird stuff and try to build around it. So We have a Time Reversal Mythic from M11 as our first card. I think this might be the third one of these I have. Not very playable. I mean, I guess you could do it in Commander. But yeah, it's almost like a game reset. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards, and you exile Time Reversal. Our next one is Thornscape Master. He's Anaya colors. He has 2 abilities on him, which are take red and white mana. He's a forecasting cost guy. I'm going to try to make this video a little shorter than the last one, but if I keep reading cards, I'm going to fail terribly. And there we go. Quest for the Nihil Stone. We have a black card from Worldwake, I believe. It's a 1-drop enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may put a quest counter on Quest for the Nihil Stone. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if the player has no cards in hand, and Quest for the Nihil Stone has 2 or more quest counters, so that's not bad, 2 on it, you may have that player lose 5 life. This could be interesting in a discard deck. I'd love to play it in a Hypnotic Spectre, Hymn to Torach deck. That'd be fun. Not that I'd ever do something that horrible, but yeah, I would. Belby's Armor. I believe I have a few of these. Target creature gets -X plus X until end of turn. It's an artifact. It looks like it might have been the first attempted equipment in some ways, with the fact that you tap this and with X, and then you target creature. The difference being target creature, where if it was equipment, it would go on the creature and just be on the creature and that creature. But it kind of looks like what they were thinking about in terms of with it being Sang Armor, that it could have been the very first one of a kind to be artifact equipment. Vengeance. Destroy target tapped creature for 4. Obviously, there's much better kill spells out there than this. Swords to Plowshare being a really good one. Even Kill Shot, I think, is a little bit better than this. Unstable Frontier. I have not seen this land. It looks like it's at a Conflux. Another time I wasn't playing, unfortunately. I had cards, I just wasn't able to really afford to buy them at the time. I was going through some rough times back then. 1 colorless mana, tap target land you control becomes a basic land type of your choice until end of turn. Now that's kind of fun. So that could be fun for, can you give it your opponent, let's see, is it target land? That I control. Unfortunately, it's only I control, but that can definitely help with your mana fixing. Too bad it's not your opponent control, then you could come in with Swamp Walk and stuff like that, and that would be really fun. Another Edgewright. We talked about him earlier. Soulbound Guardians. Another Eldrazi. 4/5 Defender Flying. It's a wall. So for 5 CMC. Trolls of Tel Jalad. Big casting cost green creature. If you can ramp into him, he could be okay. He could be playable in Commander. Regenerates is really his only... Oh, regenerate target big creatures, so he can use his regenerate on anybody. Now, I could see that in a green Commander deck, especially with the right ramp. Rush of Blood. Avacyn Restored. Target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. So that could be an interesting finisher on a big creature if you need to get some extra damage in. So far we haven't pulled anything super great. I like the Galvanic untapped target mirror guy, because that could be fun. But, nothing super big. I didn't expect anything super big, obviously. This is just for fun. Excuse me. We have a 5th edition card, it looks like here, an Elkin Bottle. It's an artifact, again, a lot of text. We're not going to worry about the text at the moment. Oversoul of Dusk. Now that looks interesting. Shadowmoor Rare. Protection from blue, from black, and from red. Good God. 5/5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CMC. A 5 CMC, 5/5 with protection from 3 colors. Seems pretty good. It can be paid with green or white. It's got the hybrid mana symbol. I kind of like this card. I know I'm probably being a sucker here, but I kind of like that card. That looks cool. That's definitely a card I could see myself playing in some sort of janky, stupid, casual deck. Urza's Engine, out of Alliances. Could have been a Force Wheel. That'd have been better. But Not that we expected one, obviously. Trample banding. Anybody even remember banding other than me? All creatures banded with Urza's engine gets trample. 1/5 for 5. Phyrexian Gargantua. 4/4 6 CMC. Hope it does something good. When Phyrexian Gargantua comes into play, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. So it's got a card draw on it. I could see this played in Commander for some extra card draw if you needed it, and just being a good ground guy for a blocker. There's obviously better black cards, but you know, it could be used. Shatterstorm, destroy all artifacts. I have a few of these, and this one is a revised one. It's very, very pretty, and it looks clean. I like the card. I've played the card. It was really fun destroying a whole bunch of Lotuses and Moxes back in the day. Of course, at that time, this was out of Antiquities and not revised, but it was still fun. We have Messenger Falcons flying. When Messenger Falcons comes into play, draw a card. CMC of 4/4/2/2. Could be played with, it looks like, green or blue, so that's alright. I think Muldrifter's probably better, but I could see this getting some play in a certain type of deck of some sort. Megrim. There's a discard spell we were talking about. Whenever an opponent discards a card, Megrim deals 2 damage to that player. Combine that with Quest of Nihilstone, you can strip them of all their cards and kill them. And that's always fun and annoying for your opponent, so I suggest you do it immediately. Voidwalk. So this is out of Gate Crash. Sorcery for 4 CMC. Exile target creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next in-step Siphon. Or Cipher. Autumn Veil. Had a lot of uncommons in this pack, but we did have one good rare. Or I think it's good. I mean, it's probably not good, you know, monetarily, but I think it's definitely a playable rare and would be fun to play. I have protection from everything but green-white. Deal with that. So, if you're playing against opponents who like to play blue or black, or namely me, yeah, you can do some damage that way. Autumn Veil is 1 green, and spells you control can't be countered by blue or black spells this turn, and creatures you control can't be targeted with blue or black spells this turn. Sounds good. And we have a miracle card, Vanishment. So Miracle lets you pay its miracle cost, which in this case is 1 island. And for 1 blue, if it's basically, if you draw the card that turn, you can play it. If it's the first card you drew that turn. It has to be the absolute first card you drew that turn. And it's put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. Its normal CMC is 5. That's pack 2, so let's move on to pack 3. Oh, this is pack 4. That was pack 3. My bad. I apparently cannot count again today. I seem to do that a lot, unable to count. We have a Trigon of Mending. Go through these since I'm reading too many. Boar Umbras. Umbras are 1 enchantment that seemed kind of cool. I never really played them. I'm not a huge enchantment guy. But there's some enchantments out there that seemed really good. Or some Umbras out there that seemed really good. A Quarter Paladin. We have a Paladin. Mirrodon Besiege. 2 colorless, 3/1 with Battlecry. And that seems decent. I could see that getting some play for sure. I would definitely consider drafting this guy. Probably not first, but I could definitely, and he's an uncommon, consider drafting him. Crusader of Odric. Should I speak like Sean Connery for him? Crusader of Odric's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. So this would be good in like a Tokens Warrior deck or something like that, or a Soldier's deck since he's a soldier. Or she. I believe it's a she. It is a she. The Sean Connery joke was Odric himself. The picture on it looks like Sean Connery from Highlander. So we have to speak in a thick Scottish brogue. I could see that being playable, especially if you build a deck around it. I don't mind that card. Vithian Renegades. So it's a red-white, and it's when Vithian Renegades comes into play, destroy target artifact. It's 3/2 for 3. That's not bad. So if you're playing red-green, you can definitely I guess the gruel, not gruel then die. You can gruel with them and destroy artifacts. I don't think that's terribly bad. Whoops. Try to get rid of 2 cards there. Mirror and Crusader, double strike, protection from black and green. 3-drop for a 2/2. It's not bad. He's a knight. Play him in a knight deck. He definitely could be fun to play. Harvester of Souls, a demon. I love demons. So I have a demon, and he's a death-touching demon for 6/6. And whenever another non-token creature dies, you may draw a card. I actually wanted this guy because I'm going to build a demon-themed commander deck. And he is one of the guys I actually wanted, so I'm really kind of glad I got him. That's awesome. Thrall Retainer. Thrall. What can you say about Thralls? It's an enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets 1/1. Sacrifice Thrall Retainer. Regenerate enchant creature. So he's a one-time regenerate. 1/1 for 1 black. Ticking Gnomes. 3/1. Urza's Legacy, I think? I might be wrong. Echo, so you have to repay his casting cost. Sacrifice Ticking Gnomes, deals 1 damage to target creature player. He's a 3/3. And a Spirit Link. This is one of the first lifelink cards. It basically gives a creature lifelink. I don't like the Echo, having to pay the next upkeep and repay it again. I do like the like Slaughter Pack type cost, where you can play it for 0 and then pay it during your next upkeep. I think those are fun, but I really am not a fan of Echo. So pack 5, this will mark us halfway through these packs. Oops. Oh, interesting. I saw the rare. Sorry. So we have Mana Force Mace. Fossil Find. I'm going to flip through this one a little bit fast. Arcbound Fiend. 0/0 Fear for 6. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may move a +1/+1 counter from target creature onto Arcbound Fiend. He has modular of 3, which means he comes into play with 3 +1/+1 counters on him. I'm sure there's something really good and combo-y with him. I just don't know what it is. Talisman of Indulgence. This is a mana-fixing talisman, much like the banners are. Clock of Omens. What is this? Let's see here. 4. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Untap target artifact. That could be interesting, I guess. Urabask the Hidden. Phyrexia, and he's a mythic, and he's a 4/4 for 5. Creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponent controls enters a battlefield tapped. Your opponent's control. This is a card one of my sons has. He's recently moved out. He's really a big fan of this card. Every time he plays it, he gets a big cackle because, you have to bring your stuff into play tapped, and all his stuff gets haste. He really loves red, so he enjoys that card, and it's kind of fun to have one. And there's a Gabriel Angelfire from Chronicles. He's a 4/4 for 7. Sorry, I had to mute the mic, and so the dog could be let out. My dog decided it was time to go out. So during your upkeep, Gabriel Angelfire gains one of the following abilities until your next upkeep: Flying, First Strike, Trample, or Rampage 3. He's a bit expensive for only doing one of those things each turn. I mean, it does give you some variety, but really, with going for evasion, flying would be the best, and a 4/4 flyer for 7 is really too expensive. So we have Hoverguard Sweepers out of 5th Dawn, 5/6 for 8. Flying, and this at 8 mana, he's probably only good for Commander. When Hoverguard Sweepers comes into play, you may return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. Not bad for blue. Send creatures back, attack with them. Rod of Ruin. Man, no Rod would have been better, huh? I believe Rod of Ruin is, 3 and tap. Rod of Ruin deals 1 damage to target creature player. I used to play one of these way back in the day before I really even knew any better. Rod of Ruin, Disrupting Scepter. I love those guys back then. And Tribal Unity. So this is an instant. Creatures of a year the type of your choice get +X/+X until end of turn. Well, we're halfway through our packs. We didn't see anything super good yet. I did get a demon though. Always love getting demons. And it was a demon I actually do not own, so that was even better. Embersmith. Ivory Cup. Typical life gain artifact for white spells. Puppeteer. Enrage. Excuse me. +X/+0 until end of turn, and it's an X0, so it's like putting a fireball on a creature. Kiss of the Amesha. This is a card I do not have. Target player gains 7 life and draws 2 cards. 6 mana. I'd like to draw more than 2 cards. It's no Supreme Verdict, basically. Or not Supreme Verdict. Yeah, not Supreme Verdict. It's no Sphinx's Revelation. Sphinx's Revelation. Revised Rock of Courageous. I believe Revised was the last set Rock of Courageous was printed in. I don't think it's seen reprint. At the time, a 3/3 flyer for 4 was not bad. I have a couple of these. I like them. I like pulling them out and playing them every now and then, just for old time's sake. Rootbound Crag. There we go. Comes in tap unless you control a mountain or forest. It is mana fixing, red-green. I don't mind that at all. It's not a pain land or a shock land or a pain land, but it's still not bad. Snapping Thrag. Malevolent Awakening. CMC of 3, 2 black, 1 colorless, and for 2 black and 1 colorless, you can sacrifice a creature and return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. So fun in graveyard strategy type decks that aren't dredge, maybe. And we have a Nameless one, a Wizard Avatar. Nameless one's power and toughness are each equal to the number of wizards in play. So, time to break out the Commander Wizard deck for this. So, that would definitely be fun for Commander Wizard deck. I saw somebody playing a Commander Wizard deck that was kind of on the sick side. He could pretty much target about any, counter just about any spell and replay it later. It's kind of gross. Alright, what do we have our next set here? Dwarven Thaumaturgist. Dual Casting out of Avacyn Restorer. Steel Artifact. Used to be fun back in the day. Steal somebody's Black Lotus and use it. Steal somebody's Mox. Steal somebody's Juggernaut. Partick Collaborator. Withering Wisps. I have a few of these out of Ice Age. I don't think I've ever actually played it. Rock's Warmonk. We have an uncommon in our rare slot. Interesting. 3/4 lifelink for 3. That, outside the fact that it has to be green, white, blue, that's pretty good. The fact that you actually have to have green, white, blue in play makes it a little bit worse, but that's still pretty good. Flametongue Kavu. I like this guy. This guy's popular. Everybody probably knows this guy. White Knight. I'm sure everybody knows White Knight. First strike, protection from black. 2/2 for 2 white. Guardian of the Gateless. Gatecrash card. Flying, Guardian of the Gateless can block any number of creatures. Whenever Guardian of the Gateless blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature it's blocking. So it's kind of like a reverse Rampage, or like a Bushido almost. It's a 3/3 for a CMC of 5. And then we have a Grave Tiller Worm. 4/4 for 6 with Trample and Morbid. I like Morbid. Morbid's an ability I try to turn on a lot. 3 packs left. Oops. There we go. one of these maces. Dawn Glow Infusion. You gain X life if green was spent to play Dawn Glow Infusion, and X life if white was spent to play it. So that's just a life gaining card for X plus, one green or white, and just gain a bunch of life. Arcbound Crusader Crusher. 0/0 for 4. Trample. Modular of 1. Whenever another artifact comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on Arcbound Crusher. Had to cough there, sorry. Slith Predator. We have a 1/1 Trampler. When Slith Predator deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So this plus Intimidate of some sort would be kind of fun. Talaran's Invocation. To put 2/2 Drakes into play for 4 colorless mana, and they have flying. Doesn't seem too bad at all. Could definitely see that in Commander for sure. We have a foil Channel of the Suns. Again, it's a uncommon. And for 1 green and 3 colorless, we can add white, green, blue, black, red, green, blue. We can add 1 of each color of the mana pool. Let's just put it that way. I could see this in play for playing stuff with Sunburst. That could very well be a good way to play a Sunburst card, and could be very interesting. Disrupting Scepter. Target player chooses and discards a card. I remember playing this a long time ago, way back in the day. Dream Leash. We have as a rare. Enchant permanent. You may play Dream Leash only on a tapped permanent. You control enchanted permanent. So it's a control magic, but your opponent has to have a tapped creature to permanent. It's not even a creature. You could take their soul ring. So that could be fun. Sky Diamond is a blue artifact. These are coming in the commander decks pretty frequently now. And Penumbra Kavu. So this is another Kavu. This one's for green. When it's put into graveyard from play, I put a 3/3 black Kavu creature token into play. So then it's a 3/3 for 5, but it replaces itself. And I do like cards that replace themselves. Those are indeed fun. 2 more left. See if we can pull something good out of one of these. We always hope for something good, even if we don't get something good. So we have Dragon's Herald. Drum Hunter. Not very many black cards. I got a feeling this guy did not play black very often. Lumen Grid Gargoyle. Vampire Nighthawk. 2/3 for 3. Flying Death Touch and Lifelink. This guy I actually like, and I don't think I own one of these, and I'm a huge vampire guy, so kind of nice to have this. Not of This World. That's a card. 7 colorless. Counter target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. Not of This World costs 7 less to cast if it targets a spell or ability that targets a creature you control with power 7 or greater. So you use this to protect your Eldrazi. So send me an Emrakul so I can protect it. Just kidding. Relic Bind. Koldatha Phoenix. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that's a huge Phoenix. I love the artwork on there. 3 red and 2. 4/4. Flying Haste. Metalcraft for 4 colorless. Or Metalcraft of 4. Return Koldatha Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only during your upkeep and only if you control 3 or more artifacts. So it's another Phoenix card. This is a bigger one, and it comes back into play if you got the proper stuff. Halam Jin. 6/5 for 6. He has haste, and he gets -2/-2 as long as red is the most common color among all permanents or is tied for the most. So he does best when he's kind of out by himself. Urborg Shambler. All other black creatures get -1/-1. I don't know why you would play this. 4/3 for 4. This is one card I can safely say I don't know why you would play this. And Rith's Charm. Choose one. Destroy target non-basic land or put 3 1/1 green sapling tokens into play. And it is red, green, white. or prevent all damage to a source of your choice that your choice would deal this turn. And 3 1/1s for 3 is not bad. I could go for that. Destroy a target non-basic land can be definitely a good thing. So our last pack. Let's see what we get. A Coddle Hunt Pride. Follow Sage. And a second Follow Sage, because apparently we needed 2. Please don't be a third one. Okay. Sphere of Safety. Flames of the Firebrand. This actually is not a bad card if it's the one I'm thinking of. So, Flames of the Firebrand deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or players for 3 mana. That is not too bad, actually. It lets you choose multiple targets. It's only 3 mana. You can kill a bunch of 1/1s this way. Defiant Vanguard. It's a 2/2 for 3. When it blocks, at end of combat, destroy it and all creatures that block this turn. So you combine that with a card where it can block multiple creatures, and you can take out a lot of your opponent's creatures with them. Bounty Hunter. He's out of Tempest. That's an old card. So 2/2 for 4. Put a bounty counter on target non-black creature, and you can also tap him to destroy target crouched creature with any bounty counters on it. So he marks them one turn and destroys them the next. It's still no Royal Assassin. Eye of the Storm. 7-drop. Whenever a player plays an instant or sorcery spell, remove it from the game. Then that player copies each instant or sorcery card removed from the game with Eye of the Storm. For each copy, that player may play the copy without paying its mana cost. Okay. Okay, I'm stumped on this one. I know there's something janky here. I will have to look at it and figure it out later. I know there's something janky. It sounds like you can pretty much just steal their spells anytime they try to play one in that's an instant or sorcery, and then play it without paying for its cost. So that could definitely be fun. We have Treetop Sentinel. And our last card, we have Venom Spout. Venom Spout Brachus. 5/5 for 7, and for 1 green and 1 colorless, and you can tap him, and he deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature with flying. And he morphs, so that's not too bad. Since he can morph, so you can play him on turn 3. Well, those are my repacks. Didn't really get anything super huge. I got lots of cards I didn't have, but nothing, great. And to be honest, if you buy repacks, you're wasting your money pretty much, because repacks, you're not going to get anything good 99.9% of the time. It's fun to do occasionally, just, as a goof, to see if you can find a card you can go, ooh, I like this card, see what I can make out of it. And that's all well and good and fine. But in general, repacks are bad value. They always have been. I really just wanted to do this video. I do like some of the cards we got. I definitely like the fact that I got a demon that I actually was wanting. But since that was, the card I was wanting, I definitely could have picked it up for like $1 or $2. It's not really expensive. But it was fun to do, and I really wanted to do the video for you so you guys can see repacks. And, it also lets you know that, this is why repacks in general are a bad idea. If you had, money to spend and you're like, gee, what do I want to do? Honestly, I would buy singles. Singles is the best value you can get. I have a hard time doing it myself sometimes, because you look at a card and you're like, man, this card's $15. I want that card, but if I buy this, I get like 110 cards. But when you do that, you're not guaranteed to get the card that you want, and that's why buying singles is usually best. It takes my brain a little while to wrap around it, but I'm working on it, and I'm getting it wrapped around it. And that's my opening for today. I plan on doing some deck techs, hopefully, in the near future. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did enjoy it, I hope that you will like it, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I'll see you next time. Thank you.